No. Some new ass Lil Uzi mix with Lil Skies.
It sounds like some new ass old shit.
Since you're on 101.3.
106 and 4.
One of the songs you ain't heard in 8 years. You like, bro, I forgot about that one. That one guy. The boys was really getting money. Okay. Hey. Welcome back to the Three Kings podcast.
Yeah.
It's your boy Jay Boogie.
Jay Bird.
Chris.
Hey, we appreciate y'all stopping through. Hope y'all enjoyed the episode. Welcome to the kingdom.
You already know it.
Let us know what y'all think about the episode. Leave a comment, a response, a reply to something that we said. And make sure to tell a friend and tell a friend. You know what I'm saying?
Tell your coworker.
Y'all ain't got nothing else to talk about.
That's what we on.
We want y'all talking about this at work, since y'all want to talk about everything else. You know what I'm saying?
And everybody else, y'all might as well talk about us in our podcast.
You did.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about this. Talk about how your girl want to drop the draws because she seen this. Y'all ain't even thinking like that. Because I'm on this, y'all on that. We on this,
Another
y'all
level.
on that.
Whole nother level, man.
This ain't that, and she know that.
You gotta watch little things, man. Watch them.
You feel me? So, on that note, enjoy the show.
Sit back and relax, people.
That's a fire ass intro. That shit crazy.
Would y'all ever get manicures and pedicures?
I've gotten them before. I have a couple of them.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie to you. If I could wear my the little thong sandals, I would. I would.
Yeah.
I ain't get no color.
Nah, no color.
Yeah, I'll definitely get them like touched up.
Yeah.
My shit's so rough.
You're working bare feet.
And this shit, I played basketball, no shoes on. So you already know my feet look rough.
I ain't gonna lie, that was like one of the craziest things I ever witnessed.
Basketball with no shoes on.
And went.
What
LeBron.
crazy? I agree with that day.
Nah, he did something after that. He wasn't even here. I'm like, bro, this nigga did twice. Like, bro.
Yeah, you need to find someone special though.
Yeah.
Cause my dad got that same. Well, he had a toe fungus, and so they had to get a special type of grinder they use on his toes, not just the regular old.
You could use cheese grater.
Nah, they couldn't use the regular thing, so they.
Nah, hell no, they sent for help.
Yeah, so if you got some rough feet, if your feet looking like that, you might want to find. Don't go to the.
It's really the bottom of my feet. The bottom of my feet is like a shoe.
That shit got a tread. You got a J on the outsole. And no, it ain't for Jordan.
So jack the fuck up. Yeah, man. I really do. I would appreciate manicure and pedicure. Even my hands, bro, like, shits is rough. Like,
I'm like, my nails.
where did I do? I bite my shits.
I just gotta go back to them. But they ain't like, I should start.
My shits don't grow no more. I mean, they grow, but once they start growing, them shit's flimsy as hell.
Come on, man. Dead. You be catching the survivors.
think we make it this far? Shit.
It's a new record, bro. We ain't never seen you act like this.
I think I let my nails grow probably. I stopped biting them for like 3 weeks. And that shit's grew. But I could tell they weren't used to growing. That's why
You
I-
bite them out of habit?
Yeah, I got like, I'm real anxious. I feel like, I mean, like, it's past me, like, I really think it's a medical condition with, like, how I bite my nails, because it's chronic, almost, I'd say. Because I'll even end up biting the skin around my nails sometimes. Just out of like, because I ain't got no more nail left. I just start biting, you know. But smoking help calm that down. That's why I smoke a lot, so I don't bite or I ain't fidgeting around something. Cause if I ain't smoking, I'll probably just be tapping this or I'll probably.
Do you be thinking about anything?
Yeah, I think a lot. So I end up biting, getting anxiety, you know. So smoking is what helped with that. Smoking weed, and when I ain't got no weed, smoking a black. It's just something to do. You know, that's why I smoke so much. It's because I got pent up energy. I feel like that's why I paint a lot too. You know, I always need to be doing something. I feel like I can't just sit still.
I used to get in trouble all the time for tapping, bro.
Tapping.
And, like,
Yeah.
always tapping. And like, I would bite my nails. I used to bite the skin too, but chill. I don't even think about it no more. But I would say, I can say smoking helps. But
Yeah.
like, smoking helps me focus
Mhm.
while I'm tapping. Like,
Exactly.
I'll be tapping, it'll be a rhythm to it, but this is like, I'm just playing around.
Mhm.
Like, I'm smoking, I'll be like, hold up. Make
Right.
a pattern out of it, it's like, alright, it's catchy.
You understand why you was doing it. Yeah. That shit real though, like biting your nails is a sign of like anxiety or you're anxious about something. Something is making you anxious. And I've been biting my nails since I was like, I came out the womb biting my hands in my mouth. You know, so and my son do the same damn thing, always chewing on his hands. So I can already tell
You be the same way.
he gonna be the same way, a nail biter. You know, I just don't want him to get so severe to where I am like biting the skin around it. And like I'll bite him so bad, like when I'll get in the pool, you know, like when your hands wrinkle up. Yeah, and then I'll come out and you'll see how bad I bite my nails and bite my skin, and I'll be ashamed of myself. Like I don't want people to see my shit.
See, I ain't never been that bad, bro. I know
Yeah.
I know that little burn though.
Like my shit's like you'll see the bite marks after like like when I get them wet, you'll see the bite marks of how bad I'll bite my skin.
Shit.
And that's how I realized like yeah, it's a problem that I have. But I found the avenue to calm it with smoking. But when I ain't smoking, shit, when I bite my nails, bite the skin. But I always look to why do I do that? Anxiety. I don't like being in crowds. I don't like being with a lot of people. I just tie everything. I kind of self-diagnose myself. You know, that's how I know. Like I probably have like schizophrenia or something. Real shit.
What is schizophrenia?
Like hear voices.
You think like it could be spirits though? Or you think it could be like real
I
people?
mean, I don't see nothing wrong with like hearing voices. So I don't want to even say it's schizophrenic. But if you want to use modern vocabulary and stuff, you hear voices in your head that are clear and that you know they're really there, they label that schizophrenic.
Is it like you talking to yourself or is it
Yeah, I talk to myself a lot. I'd rather talk to myself than talk to people.
So you hear like your imaginary voice. You know what you're saying? Or you hear like other people talking to you.
It's like it's me, but it's
You're not schizophrenic, bro.
huh?
You're not schizophrenic, bro. I be doing that too, bro.
No, but it's like I would have full blown conversations with myself. Even like if I'm walking to the car after work, I'm talking to myself. So if someone's sitting in their car looking at me like, what the fuck wrong with this nigga? But I'll be feeling like I'm doing myself like that. Talking to myself. Because I'm responding to myself. But imagine you sitting in your car chilling before you go in and you see someone doing that shit.
He ain't even rapping, bro.
I'm just walking.
No headphones.
I didn't even did that shit. Like, what the fuck? Like, yeah, when I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that. You know, I ain't trying to talk to this nigga.
I'll be in the car like, bro, what the fuck? Let me roll this window up, bro. Bro, I want one today.
But
Pop the bean.
you know, but smoking calms all that shit though.
Yeah.
You know?
And I think that helped, like when it comes to driving, or like going into situations you really not familiar, or like situations it help you. I'm more comfortable when I'm, you know what I'm saying, elevated.
Yeah.
So I go places, elevate, and I be like, all right, I'm good. I'm still able to interact with people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's cool.
It's
I'm
like,
thinking different.
it's like even when I'm not like high or something, I can interact with people, but I know I'm faking. Like I just just give y'all what y'all need so y'all can think it's a human interaction. But I really don't be like in it. I just give you a shell of what I want, what I think you want from a human. But you know, when I'm high, it's like I'm in my zone. I'm not trying to like make sure people around me are good because I'm good. You know, you just gonna get whatever's coming off me. You know, that's how I get with smoking. That's why I kind of I just like get more relaxed, I guess. You know, it calm me down from being in my head. You know, 'cause I be in my head a lot. That's my issue. I'm in my head a lot. Like, that shit scary type of shit I already done faced in my head that life ain't even bring me yet. You know, but my mind already faced it for me. Like.
So do you think those are situations that you will ever encounter in life?
Yeah. I mean, my mind thinks about the inevitable. Like I've already thought about my demise. I've already faced it. Like I've already took the sting out of death. Like, 'cause my mind at a young age, I've already was thinking about it and already thinking, what's after life? What's after this? What's after that? And like now I'm 24. I'm kind of just like, whatever you want, that shit is gonna come. Like, you know, and that's why I started to paint, because I'm like, these will be here even after I'm gone. And now that I took the sting out of death, life really isn't as stressful, because, you know, I'm kind of like, it's gonna be a struggle every day, anyway, somehow. You know, all you gotta do is just make it through the next day. You know, and when your time comes, it's just like, then you see something new, you know. But with my mind facing that at a young age, I feel like it hurt me a lot, and it helped me a lot too, because I'm able to be by myself. And like, I don't need anybody. Like, I tell everybody I deal with, like, I don't need anybody. Like, I am content with, because you was born alone, die alone. You know, that's just brutal truth about life, you know. And I've accepted that. So I live alone. I live with my own thoughts, my own process, you know. And everything feels right because it's me. It's coming from me, you know. But I had to think about a whole lot of dark shit to get to how I feel now, you know. Now he's just up crying because you just don't know what's after life. You know, you just don't know. But then I got to the point where I'm like, well, I'm gonna make what I want life to be even after my life. And that's why I paint, and that's why I try to create, because that will live after my life. Even though I don't know what's gonna happen to my conscience, I know what will be on this earth after I'm gone. There'll be these paintings, and it's me. And that's giving me comfort with that, you know. And just with like how, you know, the world kind of portrays the life of black men, it don't seem that long. Like our lives don't seem very long, you know. So that's why I try to do so much with the time that every day that I have, because it's really every avenue we take, bro. It's a death around the corner for us. Like every avenue we take, like from other black people, from drugs, from the system, from cops, from this, that, and the third. And that's why I got to the point where I don't fear nothing that's out there to take us down. I kind of just be appreciative of the time that I'm blessed with, you know. But it took a lot of long, sleepless nights of crying and trying to understand, you know, why I'm here, what's after this, and, you know, how long is eternity, you know. All that, I would sit up questioning all that, you know. But that shit just life, bro. You just gotta keep thinking on it, you know. And that's all I do is try to think, but there's so much to think about till it get me anxious, till I bite my nails, bite till the shit burn, you know.
I think you have to think with a purpose. Like, if you're just mindlessly wondering, because like we was talking about earlier, just like social media can be a black hole, just thinking on endless about whatever could be, about whatever could happen if you went down this street and took this turn, it's as small as the world is, it's large enough to get lost in.
It really is.
And so if you're just mindlessly wondering, just like you go, okay, you know how people say, I went into Target for one thing, and then they walk out and spend $150, $200 on nothing to show for it, because they just was wandering through and they said, oh, I only went enough for 2-3 things.
Just overthinking.
Because you're freely thinking and overly thinking on what could be, and there's so many, I'll say, I want to say dimensions, but not so many different realities for after death. Because then you have religion, you have those who don't believe in religion, and those who believe in whatever anybody believes in. So, and how extensive it is already with religion by itself. I know for me and myself, I believe in heaven and hell. Yeah. And so that's for me, and I know for me and mine, that's how I want to be. That's how I know I want to raise them. Yeah. And so that gives me a point to think about, instead of just like, oh, what could happen? And I mean, and I know they say, well, how do you know? Some people say God is real or not. I'll say, like the old-fashioned say, well, I've experienced it for myself. Yeah. And so, for me, you know, everybody say, oh, I've experienced my religion. For me, I've experienced it. And to me, it was true. It felt real enough for me to believe in. Yeah. And I mean, to see something, and I don't think religions, I don't use the word religion, I really use relationship. Christianity, to me, is a relationship with God.
Yeah.
It's not what you see on the church. It's not what you see other people doing to you in the church. That's just the reality that you have to deal with. You're constantly going to have to interact with people in whatever avenue in life you take.
Yeah.
And so that's just the truth of it. And they said, oh, Christians are fake. Well, the same people that you meet on a daily basis that do you dirty, those are 9 times out of 10, those are the same people that you meet on an everyday basis. You're going to get it from the street, or you're going to get it from somebody who quote unquote love God and they go to church. Like there's no, just because somebody goes to church doesn't mean that they're eliminating from being human.
Yeah.
Because a person's going to be a person is going to be a person to the end of the day. And if that person is a thief and a phony in the faith,
Church can't shade them from that.
and they're going to be that same dog out there in the world. So it don't matter if just because you met them here, they say everybody likes to tie that to like, oh, then God can't be real. Like, sweetheart, that's not true. You can't say because okay, take out the God in it, and still you haven't experienced that from somebody else outside the church.
Mm-hmm.
So what that mean for him? To me, and that's just my thought process on it. But for me and mine, and that's how I would teach Jordan. Don't look at your relationships with other people, what you experience with God for yourself, and the conversations you and him have between you and him. That's the relationship. And the more you all talk, the deeper the conversations, the better it is.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not you go to church every Sunday and you get your tithes and you on the choir and you are participating. Okay, cool. But if there's no relationship, you just doing all this for show.
Yeah. Just a show.
So, but I think I can say that for me, I believe in heaven and hell.
Yeah.
And I said, as hot as some days are, and I tell myself, if it's hot here, and when it's 102 degrees, I don't want to be in hell, because I know I'm not made for no heat. I mean,
See how I see it though is like they made like I believe heaven and hell is within your mind. Like my grandma, she was deep in like Christianity and in the church. We had Brooklyn Baptist and all that, and she would say the battle of heaven and hell will be in your mind. That's where it's at, and that's why I truly believe like I feel like God is capable of so many things to that. And I only say God is a he because I'm a man, and I see God as myself. I see you as a God, you as God, because we're God in our lives, you know. But that's just how I view it. And I feel like when we pass on, he wouldn't use things that's only available on earth as a punishment or a gift. Like how they say heaven is very hot and flames and you'll be burning forever. In heaven, you'll hear harmonic music, singing, and heavenly gates. All that is man-made things on earth. And I feel like when we pass on, we'll be past this body, and we'll see something that earthly beings couldn't create. And that's kind of what I'm ready to see, because the story they tell us with all that, I'm kind of like, y'all telling us something that was on earth already. If God is omniscient to everything, he can get something that's worse than fire for us. Why does fire got to be the worst thing? If people die from fires every day on earth, why is that the one thing that's, oh well, if you bad on earth, you're gonna burn forever, you know? And that's what keeps me up at night, you know? It's like, what's the real thing, you know? And I feel like you won't know that until you pass on. And that's why I don't even say I'm over this life, but I'm kind of like, it's kind of just like, it's like, just appreciate every day you have here, you know? And every day is a lesson, you know? Because I know I'm not a good, strict enough saint to get into heaven, abiding by the rules of the Bible, but I'm 100% human, and that's what I try to portray, You know, I just got the duality of like I'm a saint and I'm a sinner at the same time. You know, just work with me. You know, and when I pass on and it's Judgment Day and I'm having my conversation with God, I'm gonna talk to him just like how I talk to any man on earth. Like you gave me this mind to think, you know, and I think with it. I thought with it, you know, and that's kind of what I'm gonna portray to my son is, you know, what you want in this world you can get, you know, and this world is not the best that it is. Like it's better than this world and it's worse than this world, you know, and I ain't gonna sit here and say I won't push religion on him because religion is what morphed me to what I am. Because my family is a Christian family. But it's just the fact that my mind wouldn't allow me to just stay in one. Cause I can see truth in all religions. Like every religion, I feel like I can see truth in it. You know?
They all favor a lot.
Yeah, it's like
there's a higher being, and then there's always two higher beings. One good,
one bad.
Right. And that just goes to show the story of life in general. But I mean, every day is a decision that, as you said, could lead you down
The right path or the wrong one. You know?
So
Heaven or hell. You know, it's really like every day is a heaven and hell type of choice. You know, like you can make a decision that will fuck your entire life up, but you have the choice to make it, and that's what makes us a God in this life, because God has all power. Like
I believe that too.
Like if you want to shoot up a fucking mall or something, you can do that because your mind has the ability to manifest that into reality. Even though it's a real bad reality, you can manifest that. Just how you can manifest a real good reality, you know. And that's what I want to push. Is just manifestation. Like your thoughts become reality, you know. And that's just how I view life.
I believe that too. I would say I grew up a Christian, you know what I'm saying? It was kind of like destined to happen. My great granddaddy was a preacher.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? Of course, I'm
Yeah,
a
you
Christian.
was right
you know
in
what I'm
there.
saying? Yeah, man. And then, I think when I went to college and I started like really thinking for myself, I came back home, I'm like, man, because when I came back from college, I saw things different. Like, the real world became like reality. Like I'm seeing through fake emotions. I'm seeing through, you know what I'm saying, fake gestures. I know when a person. I done seen too many people smile in people's faces and then turn around and, you know what I'm saying, talk bad about it.
Talking down on them.
Yeah, and I'm like,
Make you not want to deal with people that much. I'm like, you doing that shit to me.
and it's in the church, bro. And it's like, bro, why do I want to surround myself in this atmosphere? If they say, and it's the church to me has become more about money now. It ain't even about really worshiping no more, bro. It's about the bread. You know what I'm saying? And I would say I lost faith in Christianity, the religion, but I do believe in God, and I believe I am a God, but I believe it's a higher power guiding me.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
that's
Using
God
me
in you.
as a vessel. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I'm just here to learn what I'm supposed to learn. You know what I'm saying? I came to that realization, like you say, every day is a lesson. You know what I'm saying? Like I would say this week, some crazy shit, like, bro. I'm out here trying to, you know what I'm saying, better myself. I'm walking around the neighborhood, you know what I'm saying, trying to get this workout, you know what I'm saying. I'm walking. Older black dude, he like, I take my headphones off. It take a lot of energy for me to take my headphones off, bro.
Yeah.
Music, bro. Bro, I speak to him, man. I say, hey, how you doing? You know what I'm saying? He like, I'm doing all right. Yeah, you stay around here? That's the pause I had. I was like, bro, who are you to question me? Like, bro. And it took me a minute. I almost snapped on his head.
Yeah.
Cause I done took the headphones out, bro.
Do a nice gesture.
What? And if you really think if I don't stay out here, I'm gonna stop and speak to you?
I'm gonna keep going about my business.
Come on, bro. You see
I
me
probably
with
would
workout
just do the hand
clothes
up
and
and
shit.
then I probably wouldn't even spoke. You better than me. I would just do the hand up and kept on walking.
Yeah, I stay out here, man. All right. Come on, bro. You done seen me on multiple occasions.
Like, even if you didn't, it's a public place. You ain't got no damn authority to even question me.
Like, bro, I expect something like that from, you know what I'm saying?
Cam.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like that's what as a in 2020 that's a reality now, bro. Like that moment can happen at any time. And,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? If
I'm
you,
the wrong person to question.
bro,
Especially if on some like disrespectful type.
I'm telling you, bro, I'm gonna match your energy, bro.
I swear, boy, I'm not.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
That shit happened to me before. I was damn, what's that? It's a knife place. Like, they sell knives.
like Sportsman Warehouse or something like that.
Nah, it's like you go door to door trying to sell knives.
Oh, I got start with a V. Victor or Vector.
Vector, yeah. I had a job interview there, and I had like started, you know, doing the trainings, but I didn't have my phone on me. So I had this white lady walking to her car, and I was like, "Miss Kev, I use your phone to call my parents." She was like, "No," and she walked back in the building, and she told them that she thought that I was trying to carjack her, and I was in a suit.
That's crazy.
Dress shirt, dress pants, dress shoes. And I asked her, "Can I use your phone?" And she looked at me up and down. She was like, "No."
That's a wild reality.
And walked back into the building, and I saw her pointing at me. And they told me she thought I was trying to carjack her. You know? And I was like, "I'm coming from a job. Like, I'm trying to
go home.
Yeah, I'm just trying to go home." And that's how you view me, like I'm trying to carjack you. You know?
I'm gonna carjack you in some goddamn
Suit and tie
Suit and tie.
with the Chelsea boots on.
It's hot. I'm sweating right
Oh,
now.
man, I'm ready to go home. I've been here for 8 hours. I'm ready to go. That's how you do me, but now it's in 2016. You know, I've been dealing with a Karen. But now Karen is viral, so now Karen's just popping up.
I think it's giving it a label, a name,
Yeah.
that everybody globally or within the norm can relate to. Because you say Karen around a group of black people who are on social media, they're like, oh, okay, I know who you're talking about. But,
That shit's sad, man.
but I think you can't change anybody's perception. Just by no matter what, how you dress it up, how pretty you make that box. You put a nice little bow on it. At the end of the day, ain't no change. You can't do nothing with this.
It's still a black box.
That it's always gonna have a black bow on top of that box.
And that's why I even try to not even use that as a disadvantage or an advantage. Like,
I mean, it's not even that, but it's just presenting to you. Like, so I'm always going to be, like, I can help you color my skin, sir. I'm here for a job, man. I'm trying to go home. Can you help me?
but would you change your color of your skin if it would treat you better in society? Or you enjoy being
I enjoy
black
being
man?
who I am.
A black man.
Yeah, I really do enjoy being me. Like,
Yeah.
like sometimes
No matter what the world brings to you.
man, and he'll tell you, man, I've dealt with so many people and just like random people, but I give out positive energy.
That shit might have a color, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's not, it don't matter. I mean, if you're gonna be racist no matter. And I've seen those people that are like, oh, you got a manager, like,
Mm-hmm.
no, how can I help you? You You have to deal with me. So it's like,
When you get to that point, it just comes down to respect. Like it's just a respect thing.
yeah. I mean, if you don't like me because of my skin, but like, you have to deal with me. I'm not going.
I'll be the same way.
Yeah, it's like okay.
I'll
Well,
be the exact same way. Is that
I've
why I
always been
quit my
told.
second job?
You can't. Well, that's different. But like customer service, when I was working there, my whole thought process was, this is my domain, this is my kingdom. So anybody who comes in here, I'm here every day. You come in here just for the little hour, 2 hours, whatever your time frame is, but you're not gonna be here as long as I'm here. So this is my domain. So you're entering my house where I'm comfortable at. So you're not gonna send no bad energy. I mean, and situations come up, but at the end of the day, you got to learn how. And I think it's a tool, so to say. You take the good with the bad, because there's always gonna be good and bad in everything. And I think trying to isolate yourself, not directing this towards you, but like isolate yourself away from the world, or wanting to be away from anybody isn't the best way, or isn't too beneficial, because even if you isolate yourself to a room and you can have all the paintings on the wall, but if it's just you in there, and then now you have other people who are attached to you, and then that means you miss out on the mile markers in their lives to them that's important, that they want to share with you.
Yeah.
And I guess, and for me, family has always been, and it is always a big thing for me. I guess it's just how I was raised. But I think we are attached more than just to ourselves in this world.
Yeah.
And I think we have a responsibility to the world to share ourselves with those who we deem are important.
I feel it.
And so I think people need your energy to balance out what they've been bringing to themselves.
Yeah.
Because you can only think what's in your head. And so it takes an outside person to bring something else new that you haven't thought about. And be like, oh, well, I never considered that. Because it'll be situations that come up and it's like, oh, like some work got to be done. Now I ask, like, oh, did you ask the person such and such question? Or no? And so it's like, because they don't think how I think, and I don't think how they think. And so what I miss, they get. But it's a community network, I'll say.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be like social media has like, oh, you're out there for everybody to be attached to you. I mean, if you decide to portray yourself to social media, that's a decision you have to make for yourself. But to show those connected to you love, and to give positive energy and corrective energy, I'll say that as well. There's been many times that me and my sister have gotten into many discussions or arguments. But that's just, she's the yin to my yang, I guess you could say.
Yeah, and you need that. And I feel like I isolate myself to really avoid the unnecessary interactions, because I've run into them so many times. And I think I said it before where I was like, I'd rather, isolate myself, build myself up to that I'm able to face what life brings me. Because life gonna bring to you what you need to learn. Like you don't have to, I feel like you don't have to put yourself out there to
You got to
get
be running the streets all the time.
Yeah, like you can kind of like, you really can just chill, and the little times you do step out, they're more meaningful than when like you're stepping out every chance you get. I'm the type to where like I'll chill for 4 or 5 months and then step out, and I gotta go through one of the worst nights of my life or one of the best nights of my life. You know, and that's what I'll prepare myself for instead of having to deal with petty shit every weekend. And all week you pissed off about some shit that happened over the weekend. I'm like, I'll just avoid that. I'll avoid dealing with a demon, and I'll just deal with Satan when Satan comes, because I'll be strong enough, you know. Or I'll avoid dealing with just angels and deal with God itself when it comes. And that's just the point I got to, where I realized the masses of people are really the same type of person. The masses of people follow just the same type of thing that's God and everybody. So since I feel like myself, I think higher than the masses of people, I'm not going to lower myself to deal with the masses of people. I'd rather just overlook them, and the ones who come into my life for a meaning, they'll be here. Like the people I bring into my life now, they're around for a while. They're not just around for like a couple months and they do some fake shit. Because I know what's fake and what's not off the rip, you know? Like, I know I can just peep it. So I ain't even gonna give it no energy. And that's what I get when I deal with 95% of people. It's just, oh yeah, it's fake. So I'm not gonna even deal with you know? But I'll give my all to people who being real to me. You know, like, we've been doing this for a good minute, you know? Like, even the thing I got going on in my life, like, it's been going on for a while. Not just like, oh, let me just do it real quick. And no, I've thought about it. I've thought about the good outcomes, the bad outcomes, and I faced the good outcomes and the bad outcomes, and it's made me be able to face whatever comes to it. Like, I know what can happen if it goes bad. I know what can happen if it goes good. So I'm fine, and I find, and that's just contentment. Like, I'm really, like, I found contentment with myself, and I feel like that's the religion that is for my life, that gives my life comfort and gives my life meaning, is contentment. Because when I'm content, I want more. You know, so if I want more, I'm gonna keep growing. But in order to keep growing, I gotta be happy with where I'm at. So if I'm happy where I'm at, I'm gonna grow. You know, and that's just what I go with. And that's the idea I try to portray. You know, but it comes from a religious background. You know, but it's just, I don't want to call myself religious because I'm not the person to be in the church because I don't like people. I don't like fake people. You know, but this right here, to me, is fellowship. Mm-hmm. We on a Sunday, we all having our chance to preach. Like, bro, that's fellowship, that's church. I tell my mom all the time, like, y'all ain't gotta ask me to go to church. I talk to God every day I go in the garage. I worship. I catch the Holy Ghost in the garage, you know? And I tell people sometimes I'll feel the energy bouncing off the walls, and I have to go outside and just let it go as far as it can, because I've like, this is a religion to me. You know, I don't need to follow something that's already been established. I want to create my own thing, and so that when I'm gone, people can use my ideology to, all right, this is a new way to think. Another way, you know, but I ain't saying I'm no fucking atheist. Mm-hmm. Like, I know there's a God, like, but in this life that we're living right now, the sun is God. The sun is what makes the plants grow. And if plants didn't grow, we wouldn't even survive here, you know? And that's what I go with, and that's why I worship the sun, because the sun is the only thing keeping this thing going. And the moment, like, God with a long white beard, and you know how they portray God as, you know,
all that shit fake, bro.
They made it man-made.
How do you expect me as a black man to accept the fact? You want me to accept that God, your so-called God, is white, But y'all weren't even the first people on the earth. You know what I'm saying? Make that make sense, bro.
If God was on earth, God would be a black woman.
You know what I'm saying?
You know,
Exactly. I
because
don't figure that out too.
because a black woman can create every color, every hair color, every eye color. They can every DNA strand comes from a black woman. So if you want to be technical, the black woman, on earth, God is a black woman. But I see it past that. I see it past God is the sun. God is what gives everything life. Like you can't survive if you sitting in the basement your entire life because you're not getting no sun. You know, you can't like
You think that? What you think about Adam and Eve?
it's just a story to portray duality, I guess.
So, but I think my thing with the whole, I thought you were about to say God is a black man. But,
I mean, in our lives, God is a black man. We black men.
yeah.
But God is whatever you is. Like God, my dogs in the backyard, they gods.
I be feeling that too.
Yeah, because I'm like, you can like, I'm restricting them with the chain. But if that chain wasn't on them,
They would have free roam.
yeah, like you can really do what you want. You can go out running in the street and get hit by a car, but that's because you chose to do that shit.
Yeah.
You know, but you have free will. Free will makes you a god. We have free will. We can go do whatever we want to do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like nothing, like things stop us, but it's man-made things that stop us. No God power is really stopping us. And that's what makes us a god, because there's nothing stopping what our mind think and what our mind want. You know, so what you want, you can get. You know, and that's why I want to portray to my family, my friends, my loved ones is whatever you want to do, you can do it, because it's nothing stopping you other than yourself. You know.
So what would you consider something like a man-made power and a God power, or
Laws.
Like a man-made power, like you said, laws, and you know how they say the white man on our neck and all that stuff. Like race, fear. Fear is a man-made power, and that's why they use that to kind of.
That's how they took over our whole population.
Is by fear.
Fear.
You know, take fear away, you can't control anybody. People scared to go to jail. That's why they don't do certain shit. Because they don't want to go to jail. People scared to die. That's why they don't do certain shit. But they scared to die, even though that's gonna come anyway. You know. But I'm at the point where I'd rather choose how I die, because I'm that much of a god. You know.
I'm down my sleep?
Yeah, you know. And I'm the point like shit. I'd rather let these blacks take me out than let a nigga take me out, because I know most niggas don't stand for nothing. If a nigga standing for something, I'm like, alright, a man who stands for something killed me. You know, but niggas killing niggas and they ain't standing for shit. Like, y'all ain't got no morals, y'all ain't got shit backing up like what you killed me for, just because you jealous.
I think we still got
We ain't getting paid off this shit yet. We ain't gotta get y'all the real deal yet. Once some checks start coming in, then
Cooking up,
yeah, but we ain't getting them checks yet, man. They playing with us. But y'all keep showing love. Y'all keep doing your thing, man. That's all I can ask from y'all.
I could ask for a like, share, subscribe, a comment. You know, 2 minutes. You're not wasting 2 minutes. Say nice episode.
That's it. Nice episode. That's it.
Shoot a little text. Say, oh, tell a friend watch this episode.
If y'all got some special guests who want to come through, it's a one of a kind vibe out here. You know, y'all come on through, man.
It's your boy Jay Boogie.
Jay Bird.
Chris.
Till until next time, stay safe, stay clean, stay out the way.
Yeah, that Rona out here, man.
Please stay safe.
It's out here.
On that note, we out of here. How that shit. Alright. Honestly, bro. Never mind. Like, I'm about to it wasn't even no point you making that point. I'm over this. God, I don't even know who this was.
Close the case quick.
Bang the gavel, bro. Bro.